Evening peeps, evening peeps. You're not usually seeing me on a Tuesday, are you? So tonight it's going to be a short, sharp intro. Tonight we're doing the replay from last Wednesday. I was a little bit poorly last Wednesday. I had a migraine, so I had to sit out last Wednesday's stream. So just catching up with it tonight before tomorrow's race. So I'm not going to give you points either because I've looked at the score sheets and they make no sense because they're not in order and I don't know which race and which one's final points and stuff. So until somebody jigs that spreadsheet around, it's not going to happen. Let me just send this text. Right, so we are live tonight, but it's a replay from last Wednesday's Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. It's round 7. We're live. We're replaying from Circuit Barcelona in Catalunya. It's going to be a 1 hour enduro. They will have to use all 3 compounds of tyre, and well, unless it chucks it down with rain. But we'll see how they get on. So tell me, it's a bit loud in my ear. Let's tell me if you can hear it okay. Right, so no qualifying obviously because this is a replay. We don't get to see the qualifying. I've got to turn the usual nonsense on. So down towards turn 1, Gecko Racer holds the lead off the line, then down towards turn 1, great big flash of lights, it goes dark as all the lights hit the camera. Gecko Racer holds onto the lead, then through turn 1 into turn 2, got Potter and Pot and Duco battling it out for second and third. Hot on Duco's tail is Mart, he's 4th currently, Philo 5th at the minute, Jambu 6th. 7th, Purcell 8th, Ridley in 9th, Wiss in 10th, Ricky J in 10th, just getting his way back past Wiss. Oh, is Wiss taking somebody out? Yeah. Pinned Brinky, no damage on board luckily. Gecko still leads in the Lamborghini. Hot on his tail, let's get on board for some of this action. Let's get a bit of a more open view, so it's not quite so dark on screen, so it is night as you can see. The driver's got their headlights on, they don't want to be taking those out in a crash. Still close together, Duco. Philo having a lunge up the inside, almost taking Duco out, slung one up the inside of Martin there. Martin's trying to get the power down, but he's under threat now from Jambu behind. So Pot's unable to close up on Gecko. Through to finish lap 1, so it is a 1 hour endurance. As I say, they have got to use all 3 compounds of tyre, the hards, the mediums and the softs, unless it absolutely lashes it down with rain. Let's see, so Gecko leads us through then. Lap 1 done. Potter, Duco, Philo slinging one on the inside. Philo, everybody going off track. Duco getting taken out. Hold on a minute, people. I've got the power now. I have the power. Let's see what happened here then. How far back that's Mart. Get on board with Mart to see what happened. No, let's try Philo. Oh, out braking. Oh, he came through, took Potter out, took Duco out. They both had to take the shortcut. Philo's not taking advantage of that. Good to see. Duco runs a little bit wide through turn 3 though. Philo does then take the advantage. Oh, Potter's now swung it into... Oh. Spun the rear end up of that NSX. Almost catching Duco out as well. Kicking off here around lap 2. That's what I was told about Jambu now at the inside of Martin, Millerman and Ridley side by side. Is that Purcell just on the tail end of this fight? Ricky J just coming through that corner. Ricky J going backwards through there, and somebody else coming through. Oh, Millerman, Jambu. It's a boxing match here at Catalunya. Mark goes through into 4th, Philo 5th. Everybody's got the gloves on tonight. Potter and Pop now then. 2nd, where's Gecko? How far on the track is he? I've got no times. Stupid game. How far do we reckon? Let's get ourselves on board with a Potter. Let's see if we can kind of gauge. Just catching the tail end of Gecko. Final corner there then. 4 seconds back maybe. 4 seconds back, still all kicking off here as we head into lap 3. Potter 2nd, Duco and Philo now swapping positions down the start finish straight. Philo with the inside line into turn 1. Mart and Millerman right there side by side into turn 1 as well. Philo just holding absolutely epic battle this one. Made a little bit of a break as well, got himself a tiny bit of clear air behind. No direct threat, he's got to try and close upon Gecko. Hard tyres on board for Gecko stint 1. Potter also on the hards. Philo hard tyres. Millerman then slots his way into 4th position, gets himself past Mart, and Duco gets pushed all the way down to 7th position. On the mediums. Marty's gone for the hards. Side by side with Jambu. Tyres for Jambu on hard tyres for Jambu. Mart on the hards. Duco on the hards. Purcell on the hard tyres. Softs on for Ridley, stint 1. Ricky on the hards. Stint 1. Wiss on the hards. And Ricky J on the hards. Still Gecko Racer out front, nice, comfortably. Potter, there he goes. There's still a 3-second gap. Philo into 3rd position then. Just starting to string out a little bit. Still battles kicking off. Coming into turn 1 is Ridley. Purcell goes through. Purcell then gets pushed into 9th. So they close it up on Gecko. No, still a great big gap then. Potter still holding that 2nd position, but is getting closed up a little bit by Philo, Millerman, Jambu. Now under pressure from Duco behind. Nothing in it between those two really, then into 8th. Just seeing him get his way past Purcell. Purcell 9th, Brinky 10th. Wiss 12th, and Ricky J a little way back in 13th. 12th, Wiss and Ricky J. Both a little bit off that pack in front. Key on the tail end of it. Gecko still just chopping his way around this circuit. Potter all the way back there. Just a little tiny blip of lights. Coming into turn one then, Potter. Philo also coming in, being closed up by Millerman and Jambu. So we've still got slight glitches in these lobbies, but they are getting better, that's for sure. Millerman fourth, being hunted by Jambu. Still got the Mart and Duco battle kicking off here. Ridley now tucked up to the back end of the fight for sixth. Ridley on the soft tyres. Showing a fair chunk of wear, I think. Having a go at Duco. Martin nearly spinning the rears up on that Jag. Still a battle kicking off in front for third. We've got Millerman, who's managed to get his way past Philo. So Millerman third, Philo fourth, and Jambu fifth. In front. Martin got his own worries though. Still got a mirror full of Duco. Duco's still got a mirror full of Ridley. Oh, Ridley slinks one on the inside. Duco's gone a little bit deep. Oh, Ridley comes through a bit hot. Catches Duco on the way out of there. Lost a little bit of time. Oh, Duco's lost a fair chunk of time actually now to Ridley. But Gr3, let's have a little look behind again. Just looks like he's maybe pulling more time over Potter. There is the gap. Turning out. Yeah, maybe still 4 seconds. He's got plenty of space behind him. That battle for third has been an absolute punch-up since the beginning of the race so far. Millerman now holding that final podium spot. Philo exploring those track limits, but Jambu's managed to get past him as well. Is Philo struggling a little bit? I think he had his medium tyres on board for Millerman. That could be helping him. On the hards. I think Philo was on the hards as well, yeah, but they are showing quite a fair chunk of wear. Mart's now closed up onto the back end of that fight. Ridley's got his way past the Duco we saw a little bit earlier on this lap. Which is, it was last lap. Here's Duco now in 8th position. Key 9th. Too far off, about a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds off the back end. Maybe not even that far actually. Urzel's still hanging on in there. Bit of a gap back to Wiss. Not too much now, it looks like he's closed up a tiny bit on Purcell. Ricky J, unfortunately, struggling a little bit on the hard tyres in Jaguar tonight. Car Gr3 coming through for another lap then down into turn one. Yeah, it was a little bit chaotic at the start. That did allow Gecko to make a bit of a break. Potter got caught out in that one. Duco got caught out in that one. Philo coming through. I think his foot might have slipped off the brake pedal. Maybe. P1 and P2 comfortably up front at the minute. Millerman sitting in third. A fair chunk of wear on those mediums. We'll see how long he can last on those. We are 11 minutes into this 1 hour enduro. Jambu as well, keeping in touch with Millerman on those mediums. Philo's holding on to that 5th, but I don't know how much longer. Mart's closing back up on him. Duco's got his way back past Ridley. Brinky, what's happened to Ridley? Ridley's in. Oh, okay, so he's ditched the soft tyres. Wow, they've only lasted you 11.5 minutes. Ouch. Okay, we'll see how he gets on. Set of hards on board now. He's got rid of his fastest set of tyres. He's only got the mediums left to run on after these. We'll see how long he can last on a set of hards. Keep an eye on how these front boys run, see how long they can last on a set of hards. sort of time for Ridley. We'll find out. Pot then still second, no mistakes as yet. Middleman still third. He's being closed up by Jambu still on those hard tyres. Philo and Mart still battling it out for 5th and 6th. There are still little punch-ups happening here and there. Philo holding on to that one into turn 1. Duco battling it out. Duco struggling. He's on the Duco still got the PS4 glitch, unfortunately. So that's what's happening to Duco. He's getting paused on track almost, and it causes you to lose concentration and you fall back a little bit, and then yeah, it can cause chaos for other drivers as well. Still battling it out well with Purcell, looking to try and get that position back. It's all about Gecko Racer at the minute. Let's just have a look. Yeah, still about 4 seconds between himself and Potter. Just looking at the little mini map in the top corner, watching them both cross the timing line. Holding that third, but Jambu absolutely piling that pressure on now. Some final turn then onto the start-finish straight. Can Jambu get a good run out of here? So get that a little bit less dark for you lot. It's pitch black with that tiny little screen you can see. Catching up now. Not going to be enough before turn 1. Or is it? He slings the brakes on. Has it been too much? Oh, damn cameras. No. He does hold on to it. The hard tyres working into turn 1 then. It's a late move. I didn't know if he was going to sling himself too far off circuit. But he has held on to it. 3rd place for Jambu then. Millerman 4th. Philo not too far back now. Still dragging Mart along with him. Tyres showing a fair chunk of wear on. Brinky 7th, Purcell now 8th, Duco 9th, still on his tail. Wiss 10th, Ricky J in 11th, and Ridley the only man to stop so far. He's used his soft tyres. He's got a set of hard tyres on for stint 2. Gecko Racer's tyres not looking too bad. Admittedly, himself and Potter McPot not had to battle or defend as much as the drivers behind. A little bit of a free run for the last few laps. There's that tiny bit of glitching that the PS5 lobbies are seeing, but poor Duco's got his own issues with his PS4 glitch. Millerman then 4th. His mediums looking absolutely beaten up. He'll be dropping off those at the end of this lap. Philo closed right up on him. What's happened to Mart? He's fallen off the back of Philo, or maybe a little mistake on those worn out hards. And no threat from Brinky. A few seconds back is Brinks. Duco's fallen back a bit as well. From Purcell himself. Wiss as well, keeping up with those two. Ricky J a little way back now. Ridley back out on the hard tyres then. 16 minutes into this one. Okay, let's do this again then on this timing line, see how far back. Yeah, still 3.5, 4 seconds, it's got to be. To the pot then, doing everything he can to try and close that gap up on Gecko. Again, he did get a bit of a break in lap 2 as Philo decided to come through and try and take everyone out at the start. have got tangled up. Duco got tangled up. Not enough to put them off circuit, but enough to allow Gecko to escape up the road. And that's where he stayed. Potter McPotts managed to make a break as well, as you can see. About a similar gap, although there's a massive gap back to Jambu in third. Maybe 5 or 6 seconds even, maybe longer. So Jambu's still third. Philo's got himself back into fourth. Millerman's tyres are falling off a cliff. He's down to fifth then. He was in third position on those mediums, but unfortunately they've seen the best. Not too far back either on those hard tyres. So Millerman's just got a little bit of worry going on at the minute as he keeps falling further and further back. His tyres giving out on him. I expected him in at the end of last lap, but he decided not to comply. So hard 6, Brinky still a few seconds back is Brinky in 7th. A few drivers got the Ken Block RIP livery on the windscreen. Oh, Duco slings on the inside of Purcell. Gets that position back. 8th position then for Dukes. 9th for Purcell. Whist now tucked up onto the back end of this fight for 8th as well. Let's see if Duco can hold on to it. Expect a lot of drivers to be in the pits anytime soon. We've got Ricky J and Ridley. Gets through on that fresher set of hard tyres. Ricky J, unfortunately, not been able to make use of those hards. He fell back quite early on. There is race leader comfortably. Looks like he's pulled a little bit more time actually over Potter. It's about 6 seconds the gap now. Potter's made a little bit of a mistake. Jambu holding that third. Philo's still hanging on to fourth, about a second back himself. Millerman still not coming on those tyres. Holding 5th position, but now Mart is hot on his heels. About half a second back, Mart. It's a lot better in real life, I'll tell you that. Now then, can Mart get Millerman? His hard's not looking too good either, to be honest. Millerman holds on to it for now, though. The tyres are absolutely letting go again. Mart's aren't too great either. Big right through there for Millerman. Mart not able to take advantage. Over to the right hand side, Millerman, in he comes. Mart decides he's going to stay out. There goes Millerman. So Mart up into 5th, Millerman into the pits. Brinky into 6th then. Duco should take 7th. So we'll see where that brings Millerman out. He's used his medium tyres. On the soft left to play with. Gecko still no mistakes on board so far for the front runner. Potter McPott lost a big chunk of time to him earlier on. Possibly from little mistakes just like that. Just getting the back end of that NSX spinning up a little bit. To lose you a 1/10 of a second here or there. And if you're doing that on 2 or 3 corners, well, it's half a second, 3/4 of a second a lap maybe. I'm not saying Potter is doing that because I've only seen him doing that once, but Gecko must be suffering as well. His tyre's not looking much better, if I'm perfectly honest. He stays out again for another lap though on those hards. Does Potter come in? No. So 22 minutes into this one tonight then. It's Jambu holding third. He's not coming in yet on those hards. His front left absolutely devastated. Philo is front left also devastated in fourth. Again, Mark's tyres beaten up, holding fifth position. Front two drivers' tyres looking very good. Brinky again front left, devoed sixth position. Everybody's hard tyres looking absolutely identical at the minute. Got to push these to the absolute limit then to get the best out of the mediums and the softs tonight. Looking too bad on Wiss's Mercedes. Ridley, a little bit of wear on his hards now. He's already used the soft tyres. He's only got the mediums left to play with. Millerman has just come in and back out, so he got rid of his mediums in stint 1, and now he's got the hards on for stint 2, which obviously leaves him the softs. Needs to make good use of those hards in this stint. Then Ricky J still out on that set of hards as well. Big chunk less wear on the front runners, Gr3 and Potter. Again, they've not had to do quite as much battling or defending as the guys behind. It's about 5, maybe 6 seconds the gap between Potter and Gecko. Still out on these beaten up hards, then running them to the absolute limit. Philo's still out. His front left is absolutely, completely full red, as is Mark's. Still seem to be allowing them to go around the circuit. Brinky's front left gone. Again, Wiss looking pretty good. Duco's in the pits. His tyres are beating up. Purcell, his tyres, well, Purcell's got a little bit of damage as well. A wall, or he's been into somebody. Can't even see what's happening in these pits, it's so dark. Ricky J also still out on those hard tyres. So these two are Bottom and Pot and Gr3 going to run their tyres to fuel. Looks like they could probably do it. Everybody else has only just hit the pits when they've got, again, look, if you look at Jambu in third, front left, it's full red, as is Philo's, as is Mart's, as is Brinky's, as is everybody else who's been on the hards, except Wiss. So these two up front could still do a few more laps, theoretically, on those hards. Tanks dry. We'll see. Philo then again stops out for another lap. Braving it out with that front left. All these other tyres starting to hit the red as well. Mark comes in the pits. Jambu comes in the pits as well. Brinky's got front end damage. Jambu's got front end damage. What's going on? Ridley on his hards, just half worn on that front left already. Not even at the halfway point yet for this race. So Duco out on a fresh set of mediums. Ricky J still out on his hard tyres. Will he come in at the end of this lap? On a fresh set of mediums as well. These two going to do a couple more laps, I think. Now, whether Potter changes up his strategy a little bit. Oh, that's not going to help. That's not going to help one little bit. Kicks a little bit of gravel up on the way through there. The circuit missing the normal final chicane. He does come in this lap. Oh, to the pit wall he goes as well. So I was just about to say, I wonder if Potter's going to change up his strategy a little bit. Try and get in the pits earlier on and get out on a fresher set of tyres. Get a nice couple of fast laps in before Gecko comes in. Maybe make up a little bit of time or possibly overtake him. We'll see. Philo also comes into the pits and it's absolutely pitch black in those pits. Also still out on those hard tyres. Theoretically got a lap or two left in those. So gets himself into second position in the Mercedes. That coming out behind it is Potter McPot just coming out of the pits then. Gets himself back into third position again. How far back? A long way. Took on about 2/3 of a tank, actually, Potter, so see how Gecko responds to that. Will he come in himself? Will he consider that he's got enough pace in those? He's lost about 2 seconds lost then. 141s earlier on in this race. He's sitting at 143s at the minute. In the pits this lap, so he has responded to Potter's move to come in the pits early. This then is going to get himself up to the pits in time? I don't think he is. I think Gecko Racer is going to get back out if he can even find his way to his pit box. No, there he is. Tyres go on. How much fuel is he going to take on board? Up to half a tank. 2/3 of a tank. About the same as Potter McPot. Let's get ourselves on board with Potter. There is Potter coming down the start-finish straight at full tilt. There is Gecko Racer already at turn 1. It does look like it's probably helped Potter a little bit. That gap back down to about 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Maybe less than that. So Mart also making the jump in the pits as well, gets himself into third position. A couple of laps earlier, he's got the mediums on for stint 2. He's taken on a little bit less fuel than Philo behind him as well. But a little bit again. He came in a lap early. Oh, Philo dips a wheel on the sand on the exit of that corner. Slows him down in his chase for that third position that Martin's currently holding. Duco's also made a bit of a blag as well into 5th. He's down into 8th. Out on mediums came in early as well. Possibly taken on board less fuel than everybody else. Jambu gone for the mediums. He took on a similar amount of fuel as everybody else on circuit. About 2/3 of a tank. On the hards then. Again, he's got to run long on those. Get the best out of the softs. Oh, we've got the 2 Nissans of Brinky and Ridley side by side through there. Brinky wins out though. Oh, Ridley. Oh, Ridley's hards are almost at the getting in the pits point. 31 minutes. Oof. Your hards, your softs in this final stint are going to be screaming for mercy. How long can you run on those hards? Get a couple more laps out, but it's going to hurt. Wisten been in the pits. He's back out on a fresh set of mediums. Unfortunately, that drops him all the way back down to 10th position. Purcell in 11th as well on the mediums. His drivers saving the softs till that final stint, apart from Ridley. Ricky J now deciding that's enough is enough. He's run his tank absolutely dry. And same with his tyres. So the gap between Potter and Gecko staying about the same. Coming a lap earlier than Gecko, so it will show a tiny bit more wear, obviously. Mart getting the jump on Philo into 3rd position. Duke as well moving up into 5th. Those mediums showing a little bit of wear already. 33 minutes into this race. That gives us 27 minutes remaining. Set of hards did what? 15 laps. Yeah, should be okay, but he is under threat from Philo as they come down into turn 1. Philo makes a bit of a move. Martin doesn't go defensive to hold him off. Knows he's got the inside line into this next corner. He's got to hold his car in the centre of the track to keep Philo behind him from around here. Run out of there. Again, Martin got the inside line through here. Philo's going to try and keep it next to him to get the advantage into the next corner. Mart gives him plenty of room. It is a side-by-side battle as they head through there. Keep it off the stones. It does look like Philo might just get the advantage as they run into Worth. They're still going to be side-by-side on the exit through here, are they? Just gets himself through. That was a good few corners. These two were side by side. Still not over yet. Mark could go for a slingshot now inside here if he wanted to. Backs off early though. Philo goes wide though. Not able to get up the inside. Philo getting tail happy with the Nissan. Finish race, so Philo looking like he's comfortably into 3rd, then Martin 4th. Not quite out of the woods yet. Duco looking to close up on these two. His mediums looking not so good though. Still got Jambu for company, just about a 2.5 seconds back. Maybe not even that far. Brinky now having a look at Milliman into turn 1. Milliman though just holds on to 7th. Late move. Possibly could have held it, but possibly realised it was all going to go horribly wrong, so backed out. But, on the tail of Milliman looking like he wants that 7th. He gets the inside line through there. Maybe Milliman give him a little bit of space, maybe. It is a different tyre battle going on here. Brinky on the mediums, Milliman on the hards. Then that fresh-ish set of mediums, ran long on his hard tyres, gets himself back ahead of Ridley. Ridley now in the pits, taking on board the fuel. He's got his soft tyres going on. He's got to make those last 25 minutes, 24 minutes, maybe 23. But they're not going to last that long. You know that, and I know that. Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty for some reason. Across the pit entrance line on the way in. Ouch. Ricky J then also, his mediums on. He also ran long on the hard tyres. He's got soft tyres left. Gecko then. Not put a foot wrong so far. Pot. Lost a bit of time again maybe to Gecko. He's now got a Ridley to try and get past as well, just out of the pits on that fresh set of softs. Might be difficult as well with that soft tyre on. So Philo into third. Still that Nissan getting a little bit too happy. Mark doing what he can to try and hold on to the back end of him. Jambu manages to get his way back past Duco into fifth. Duco sixth. Again, his mediums pretty much done for. He'll be in the pits in a lap or two's time. Still got a quarter of a tank of fuel on board though. Rinky's mediums also looking a little bit worse for wear. Plenty of life left in Millerman's tyres. Mr. Wiss. Yeah, his fresh mediums. Long before Purcell's in either. Fresh mediums on for Ridley and fresh mediums on for Ricky J. Stretching out again between Gecko and Potter. Philo and Mark still pretty close, and the gap has stretched out a little bit. Lap or two earlier than Philo, I think, Mark. Tyres are slightly more worn out than Philo's. More than Philo now. Just to get past Ricky J. Snap of the Nissan gearbox as he drops it down the gears. Just staying out of the way there. A little bit of racecraft. Again, Nissan just wanting to let go. Philo just trying to hang on to it. Again, still not a foot wrong for Gecko. Inch perfect at the minute. That gap up. Is the NSX is it slower on the top end or acceleration, or is it not so good in the corners? Yeah, that gap stretched out a little bit between Gecko and Potter. Will Potter come in early to try and get the jump on him again? Not that he actually got past Gecko, but he managed to close the gap up. Just coming in a little bit early, get the faster tyre on. And a kind of lonely race for the pair of them, really. Philo having a bit of a lonely one as well now. Mark's falling off the back of that air fight a little bit as well. To the point where they'll be throwing themselves in the pits. It did look like everyone had got enough practice to figure out that you only needed about 2/3 of a tank to get through a set of mediums. That seems to be the general amount people took on. Duco's broken front left again. Putting these tyres into the ground in here tonight. Racers, admittedly he came in a couple of laps later than Duco, but still. Looking a lot fresher than Potter's. Ooh, Potter getting a great big handful of oversteer through there, having to gather it back up. Slow him down a little bit more in his chase for Gecko. Under no threat from Philo. It's literally just coming round the final corner as Potter went through the first turn. Yeah, that gap between himself and Mart is definitely stretched open. It's about 5 seconds. Jambu looks like he's actually closing up on Mart. Again, most drivers have got the soft tyre left to play with. You should be able to get around about 15 to 18 minutes, depending how hard you push them. So I would expect to see drivers getting rid of these worn-out mediums, Duco especially, being as his are gone already. He's almost out of fuel as well, so yeah, we'll start to see the medium tyre drivers coming in the pits then. Still plenty of fuel left on for Gecko. Still plenty of life left in those mediums as well. Earlier, but there's a great big chunk of wear extra on top of Potter's tyres than there is on Gecko's. Potter stays out again. Still got plenty of life left in those. Through that final corner again, nobody diving in the pits yet. Mark's tyres are worn out completely front left. Jambu got a tiny little sliver of life left in his front left. Duco's trying to wear all 4 of his tyres out, I think. Holding 6 at the minute though, Duco. Ricky again front left, beaten up, gone. Millerman's still got a chunk left, life left in those. Wiss, medium's looking pretty good. Perzel's medium's more to the bone as well. Also stays out here. Nobody opting for pits on this lap then. Ridley, medium's looking good. He's only got the hard tyre left to play with. No, sorry, you've run the hard, you've got the mediums left. Oh yeah, so apologies, I said earlier that Ridley had got the softs left, they weren't going to last 35 minutes, were they? But no, he's got the mediums on. Might just get him round. And Ricky J, lots and lots of fuel on, and a half-worn set of mediums. Still not got the softs on board yet. Race leader piling the time up front. Look at the gap between himself and Potter now. It's about 7 or 8 seconds. Again, maybe Potter just making a tiny. Oof, there we go. Here, tyres trying to let go. Potter's having to gather this thing up on some of these faster corners. Nobody opting to come in for this final stop. Martin Jambu side by side then for 4th. Jambu gets his way through. Tyres worn out. Mart's tyres are worn out as well. And Duco's come in, so he's going to have about 14 minutes left and a set of fast and softs to play with. We have to take on a little bit of fuel. Perzel also decides to come in the pits, his medium's gone. Duco then takes on just under half a tank, and yes, the soft tyres go on. Now, can he use them to good use? Put them to good use. Last 13 and a half minutes. You can see Gecko race it in possibly at the end of this lap. Just crossed the line though, so he's got a full lap to do. His tank is flashing red. Coming to the final portion of this race then. May see some drivers come back together for a bit of a fight, we'll see. Also stopping out this lap. Jambu comes in, Mark follows him. Here we go. The pit crew's ready. Brinky also comes in. Like it was Ricky J, but I think he's got plenty of life left on his mediums. Millerman stops out, Wiss stops out. Duco's already been in, so he's got the softs on board. Will come out on the soft tyre. Ridley still on the mediums. Ricky J still on those mediums. So will we see Gecko? He can't do another lap. He's not going to fuel. Can't do another lap. It's already flashing red on the last lap. So in comes race leader Gecko Racer. Pot. Yeah, also going to come in this lap. He's absolutely out of fuel as well. In he comes. He's got a little bit of fuel on board. Whether he's got enough to do a full lap, I don't know, but he'll probably opt to come in the pits anyway, get the faster tyre on as the drivers in front. Also doing that. Oh, just gets a wheel on the gravel there. No, he doesn't come in. Decides to stop out again. He's going to run that Nissan dry then. Are you going to come in the pits? Still got some life left in those in the tank, but not in the tyres so much. Yes, in comes Millerman. I thought so. Wiss also decides to come in as well. He could have gone a lap or two more. Now on the fresh softs, currently in 6th position. Let's see if he. Go through there by the sounds of it. So Mart gets himself into 4th position. Will he stay there? That's the question. Will he manage to move up a position? It is currently Philo leading, but he has got to come in and take that final stop. Race leader Gecko Racer right behind him as well. Fresh set of softs on board for Gecko. Potter McPot way off that fight now. So Potter's going to have to settle for 3rd position. Sorry, 2nd position. Behind Gecko for now. Too far back to catch up. Not without a mistake from Gecko. It's going to be Mart. Ooh, so Gecko's already got past Philo. Philo throws himself in the pits. Potter comes through these final couple of corners. Mart's a long way back though. I think Mart might still. He was already falling back from Philo. I don't think he's going to be onto that start-finish straight before Philo's back out of the pits. He's only got to take on 9 minutes worth of fuel, set of tyres and 9 minutes worth of fuel. Oh, Ricky J. Ricky J's got the final corner run. Philo just coming out of the pits. It is going to be almost a neck-and-neck battle. Wants to come down the start-finish straight. Not quite. Philo just gets up front and into that 3rd position as he comes out of the pits. About a second behind him. Getting a bit of extra wear on his tyres due to him coming in a couple of laps ago. Might be able to give Philo a little bit of a run for his money, or put him under a tiny bit of pressure at least. Not sure if everyone's stopped. Just see Ricky J get it all wrong in the final corner. So 8 minutes left on the race clock. Gecko Racer has led this from start to finish, apart from when he's come in the pits and Philo slipped through to the sneaky last lap on his broken hards. Or was it mediums? Popped. Unfortunately, though giving Gecko a run for his money for the first half of the race, really. His tyres just started falling off, and every time they get to, they seem to wear a lot quicker than Gecko's. Which, unfortunately, at the end of his stint, just slows him down every time. He loses a little bit more time to Gecko Racer. Probably 10 or 15 seconds up the road, actually, Gecko. But nothing to worry about behind for Potter. Philo's probably another 20 seconds back, 15 or 20 seconds back, I thought. Still got Mark for company. Not been able to shake him yet. Again, clear track behind Mart and Philo. Jambu in 5th position. He's got Brinky for company himself. There are still little duels happening here at Catalunya. He's maybe a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds back. Duco in 7th, having a bit of a lonely race in this final stint. Wiss probably 4 or 5 seconds back. To worry about Millerman, who's filling his rear view mirrors a little bit. Tyres was Wiss on. Okay, they're both on the soft tyre for this final stint. I think they both came in on the same lap, actually. Purcell's softs looking a bit beaten up. Should last for the next 6 minutes. Ridley's mediums, he's got to run for the next 6 minutes like that. He's used all his tyres. J now out on those softs. How far back from Ridley? Oh, he's almost a full lap back, unfortunately, for Ricky J. It has all been about this man, really. Like I say, he's led from start to finish. Tried his hardest, but like I say, at the end of every stint his tyres are just a lot more worn out than Gecko's. He seems to lose a tiny bit of time to him. So big gaps up front. Mart still trying to hang on to the back end of Philo, but it does look like he's losing a bit more time as well. Yeah, that gap up to probably 3 seconds. Still holding fifth, still got Brinky just about a second back. Still not out of the woods yet for them for Jambu. Duco just having a lonely one at the minute. Wiss and Millerman about 4 or 5 seconds back. Their gap stretching out as well. About a second between Wiss and Millerman now as well. Purcell all on his own. Ridley all on his own, and Ricky J unfortunately all on his own. So last 3.5 minutes coming up. Unless Gecko decides to spin it off track and gets abducted by aliens or something just as X-Filesy as that, it's looking pretty good for him in the minute. Yeah, it's got to be a 20-second lead at least over Potter. Again, similar distance, probably more Philo. Jack trying to let go as well as he heads through there, loses a little bit more time to Philo. We'll be happy with 4th position though, I'm sure. Again, little Ken Block liveries all over these cars, good to see. Homar stickers, etc. One more lap, I think. Fuel on board for Gecko should make that last no problem. Same for Potter McPott. Tyres not looking too bad on most of these front runners. Philo's looking comfortable for 3rd. Again, Mark's just fallen off the back of that fight a little bit. Yeah, his front left is beating up now. So yeah, difficult circuit here then for tyres. That's marked for now that I've seen all 3 sets of tyres have been blown down to full red on the front left. Most of the other drivers on these tyres have done the same. There you go, Brinkies, Ducos. Bit of life left in Wiss's tyres. Millerman still hunting that position down off him. That gap's closed back up as well. Purcell looks like he's going to have a lowly race all the way to the end, as is Ridley, kind of. He's got Potter McPotts just about to come past him. Backs off and allows the front runners to come through. Ricky J also quite lowly. He's got race leader coming up now. There's Gecko Racer. Into this final lap then, just 30 seconds left on the race timer. First, we've got 10 seconds left on the clock. Who have we got up there? Probably going to be Purcell. There it is. Into the hour then. This will be final lap. It's going to be Purcell crosses the line first, so he will take his position of 10th. There it is. Let's get ourselves back on with race leader Gecko then. Coming across the line, led it from start to finish, takes the win here at Catalunya, no problem at all. Thank you very much. I'll have some of that. Potter McPott did everything he could, but had a clear track to do it. But the NSX was just no match for the Lamborghini. And Potter takes the 2nd position backwards and almost on fire. Philo going to come through for 3rd position. Lights as he comes around there as well. Crosses the line for 3rd. Mart is going to come home for 4th. Again, tyres have taken an absolute smash in here tonight. So Mart takes 4th. Jambu's going to come home for 5th position. Brinky is going to take 6th. Tyres, poor things. Is going to hold on to 7th. Millerman was unable to get past him in the end. Just piling the pressure on. Ooh, maybe if Whisk doesn't keep it on track, but he does. Takes 7th. Millerman takes 8th. Duco is going to come home for 9th position. Oh, he's out of fuel. He's going to take that 9th position. Hazards on. Warning. Stay out of my way. There's Duco taking 9th. Purcell took 10th. Ridley took 11th. And Ricky J 12th. That is that. Gecko unstoppable tonight then. Yeah, and apart from the point where he came in the pits and Philo managed to sneak through and take a lead lap, that was it. Gecko led it from start to finish. Pop tried his hardest, Philo as well. Himself and Mart had a few battles. Philo taking that final podium position. Mart taking 4th. Yeah, some good racing. It was a real ding-dong right at the start. A good battle for 2nd. Once Gecko had managed to make a break anyway. 4 or 5 drivers involved in that. There we go. Race done and dusted. That was round 7. Again, replay from last week because I wasn't able to make it. It still sounds like the car's doing burnouts now. Yeah, and that's it. I'm back tomorrow night for the round 8 of this particular league. That will be live. I did have that up. Where are we? Oh, I've closed it. All right. I forget. I did have that open. But yes, tomorrow night back 8:30 for the live commentary over round 8, and then back on Monday night for the minis. There might be final round of the minis as well. Is it round 8? Or is it 10 rounds in the minis? Well, you'll find out on Monday, won't you? But that's pretty much going to be it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched again. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.